nowhere to be found, then for the sake of fair play and justice and avoidance of mistrust in our electoral process, let us commence to create one for this purpose and in these circumstances. Again, the AFC noticed that the President is playing savior and hero by demanding Mr. Surajbali's resignation to give the impression that His Excellency is the grand guardian of the Constitution. It was President Jagdeo, however, who advised the employ of Surajbali as head of the Livestock Authority in the first place, thereby causing a breach of the Constitution. To date, there has not been any information as to whether the resignation has occurred. The AFC thus urges Steve, notwithstanding his peeve, to leave the Livestock Authority.
Good morning, everyone. The AFC urges full recognition of UN Resolution 69/169, proclaiming 2011 the year of people of African descent. The people of African descent here in Guyana and elsewhere should seize the opportunities presented on the occasion of the designation by the United Nations of the year 2011 as the International Year for People of African Descent by demanding, in the first instance, greater respect, and in the second, participation in decision-making processes and integration in, and I quote, the political, economic, social, and cultural aspects of our society, end of quote. Likewise, in this year, we expect that the promotion of their diverse heritage and culture will be enhanced. The AFC urges that for Guyana in particular, that the government and relevant civil society stakeholders will soon meet to discuss and settle on a program that gives full recognition and expression to this UN resolution, which proclaimed that this be the year of people of African descent. We would all be failing in our duty if we did not state that it is regrettable that the government of Guyana has not, in the first instance, already called the relevant stakeholders together to discuss and agree on initiatives to give expression to this resolution. And in the second, given any indication whatsoever that it intends to honor the resolution in spirit and in letter, and how so. Any government attempt to unilaterally formulate a program is not only insulting to people of African descent in Guyana, but also offensive to the meaning and intent of the United Nations resolution. The AFC therefore calls for full recognition of the UN resolution to ensure a successful year for Guyanese descended from Africans, and urges all Guyanese to embrace the celebratory aspect of this UN mandate and to use the occasion to deepen their knowledge and understanding of things African, more particularly the contribution of Africans to Guyana's development and their current situation relative to this contribution. We in the AFC will in due course unveil our plans for the convening of a public forum to discuss all issues relative to the resuscitation of the villages established by freed African slaves. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this being our very first press conference for the year, also in our new campaign headquarters, it's only appropriate that we take the opportunity to introduce our campaign consultant, Mr. Sahaluddin, at the end, who has been in the country doing work on the ground for us over the last month or 6 weeks? 2 months. Over to you, Salim.
Well, respected the AFC candidates, executives, other executives of the AFC, members of the media, wonderful good morning to you, and a beautiful sunny Georgetown today. I'm honored, of course, with the responsibility to manage and coordinate the AFC 2011 campaign, which hopefully will bring needed changes to Guyana. Upon the request of the AFC executives a short time ago, I undertook a careful study of the pulse of the electorate and an analysis of the political sentiments. What I found was both alarming and hopeful. Firstly, alarming because I found widespread hopelessness and disenchantment among all Guyanese, especially youth, women, and the business community. This is nothing new but a continuation of the trend from 2006, where large sections, where large sections of voters did not vote, and the overall turnout at the election was the lowest in more than 13 years. Many of the reasons and circumstances why Guyanese were disenchanted remain the same today. This condition may have even gotten worse based on what I found. Secondly, hopeful. Hopeful because people from all backgrounds wanted change and will be looking for change in the upcoming elections. I met with women, business persons, laborers across the divide, and they all told me the same thing, that Guyana cannot remain the same. And many of us know what needs to be changed. Many of you yourself experienced the daily hardships and challenges. This desire for change resulted in 5 seats in the National Assembly for the AFC at the last election. This is dramatic and must be credited in context of the last 45 years of rigid racial voting pattern, which has created much disenchantment today. I am confident and many more voters in the upcoming election will join the thousands in 2006 and vote for the AFC. So it is with this optimism and charge that on January 29th at the Ocean View Center, the AFC will officially unveil its campaign to bring the change that Guyana yearn and hunger for. You will of course be formally invited. This is but a prior notification to a select group. The AFC 2011 campaign will be a positive one that will educate voters on critical and fundamental issues that inhibit their development and engender ethnic engender ethnic disharmony. It will promote and provide a glimpse of a new Guyana that will bring political stability, social harmony, and economic prosperity. This will be demonstrated in the campaign through our strategy, plans, promotional materials, activists, speeches, and pronouncements. The AFC campaign will be a creative one that will seek to raise the bar, the level of discussion, and the overall tone. I thank you and I look forward to partnering with you to bring changes to Guyana at the 2011 election. Thank you again, and I do appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen in the media, we are now willing to take your questions.
There are 5 minutes. Mr. Ramjatan, how does Dr. Serge Valley's appointment to the Livestock Authority, how is it employment in the true sense of the word? Given that the man also has a part-time veterinary practice, which can also be classified as a form of employment where he gets money, while he still sits as the GCOM chairman. And you said here there is a little bit of question in his independence as chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission with this appointment at the Livestock Authority. But the Livestock Authority is not a PPP office. It's a constitutional body, I think, or it's a
Statutory body.
Statutory body, sorry, yes. So, I mean, how would that